Hey, what's up? So, all right, this is an absolute and utter mess. So I have a bunch of like vintage rhinestones and newer rhinestones and all sorts of crafts and supplies to make things, paints and what have you, paint brushes. And so I have this jar, this regular jar, and what I want to do is turn it into like a 1900 to 1930s style ladies powder jar. Now I do have a real antique over here with enamel work, and I'm going to try to paint some kind of designs on it and glue some rhinestones to it. So I'll give you an example of some of the type of things that I'm trying to recreate. All right, so like as you can see, these old powder jars usually have some kind of rhinestones on the top. Let's just try to find some others. There's not very many examples to show you from. Then you can see enamel work on the glass. I am definitely not an artist. Trying to just come up with some ideas, you know what I mean? Interesting. Let's see what else we got here. But I'm looking more for glass, and I really don't see too many designs that I can choose from here. On Pinterest and what have you. Let's see. Trying to find like a real antique. Let's see. Like here's an antique one. It's glass, and then the top has all these little rhinestones. It's gold gilded. All right, let's try to gild the top cap first. So for that, I'm going to use Rub and Buff. And the problem with Rub and Buff is it comes in all different colors. It's a metallic wax paint. I usually buy antique gold, but it comes in silver, it comes in black, it comes in all sorts of colors. The problem is every single time I buy Rub and Buff, the plastic caps end up splitting. And they split and they break, and then I have to use tape so it doesn't dry out. All right, so what I'm going to do is paint the lid first with Rub and Buff, and then we'll figure out. I really don't have a plan here. We'll decide and figure out what we're going to do with this. And again, here's our antique with the enamel work. This is a goblet. Really pretty. It's Czechoslovakian. What I really wanted to do was, as you see, some of these antique ones had portrait miniatures of like noble women in the center. And I wanted to actually put like a portrait miniature, like print it out on my printer and then Mod Podge it to the top of the jar. And unfortunately, my husband takes anything that's mine. And he says, all I do is have clutter around the house. He takes my stuff and he actually sticks them in bins and piles them on top and does not say what is in the bins. So my Mod Podge is missing. And if I could Mod Podge a portrait on the top of that lid, it would have been much better. I asked him where my Mod Podge was, and he said it's in one of the bins. And one of the bins could be 10 huge, gigantic bins piled up to the ceiling, and I'm not looking for it. So I'm sort of really angry right now. We just got into a fight. He stormed out of the house over freaking Mod Podge. But I hate when people take my things and move them. So yeah, pretty much we could have had one of these, but I guess that's not happening. After my rant about the Mod Podge, and yeah, now he's not going to talk to me for like 2 days over that. That always happens. I get so angry because, like I said, he says, "Oh, you have nothing but clutter. You're a pack rat." And then when I go to use one of my things, it's missing, and then I can't do what I want to do. You know what I mean? So, all right. So here's the Rub and Buff in antique gold, and I'm just gonna go around the lid, and the more you rub it, the shinier you get it. It looks more like metallic and metal. And I'm just going to go over the whole entire thing. You don't want to watch me do that. I'll be back in a second. All right, so it's not the best. The problem is with Rub and Buff is that if it has a pattern underneath it, it's going to be a problem. A lot of times you'll see the pattern. As you rub it to try to get the shine, the pattern will show through. So this is the best I can do for now. All right. Next, I don't know. What are we going to do? Are we going to stick rhinestones on the top of here? I don't know. Let's try to come up with a pattern. That's the thing, you know. You really need to have a plan. All right. So we would have maybe a cabochon in the center, followed by, let's see. The problem is none of these are uniform in size. Now, I do have these that are all uniform in size, but I don't know if I want to use these because these are just like, plastic. All right, let's see. Let's replace this one with a rhinestone in the center. And the problem is it's not a flat back rhinestone. So that's not going to stick on. that's going to look lopsided. What can we do? What can we do? To do. Unless I take a rose, hold on, a fabric rose. Oops, I just dropped it. Oh, crap. This is what always happens when you make stuff. Especially me. I'm a klutz. Okay. Hard to work with these gloves. And then maybe stick rhinestones going around it. Let's see. And unfortunately, they are not, like I said, they're not universally sized. I mean, they're not all the same size. They're all different sizes. So this is going to look sort of shitty. This is definitely going to look sort of shitty. What could we do? What to do? What to do? What to do? You see. Yeah, that's not going to look good. I'm going to have to probably use these. I'll be back. So I'm already starting to get frustrated. I have no patience. See, I wanted to put colored rhinestones on the top. And apparently these come with, like, each little pod comes with different size rhinestones in each pod. And I don't feel like picking them out and finding the right size for each one. Because I need one size. And so there's like little mini ones, there's larger ones, there's tinier ones, bigger ones, as you can see here. Look at that. There's the size difference. I don't feel like going through that. So already I'm just, I don't know, coming up with a mock design for the top. I didn't stick anything on. I don't even know how to paint. I'm about to abandon this project and I'm about to lose my temper. I have actually a very low frustration level. Actually, no, high frustration. Yeah, I don't know. I frustrate easy. Let's just put it that way. And already the fight I had with my husband over the Mod Podge spoiled my mood. And I don't know. Should I continue? Should I continue? And I don't even know how to paint a design like that. Oh, brother. Let me try to paint a design on the jaw first. And then if it comes out like crap, then I know to abandon the whole thing. What I'll do is first I'll trace out my design with Rub and Buff, and then we can like add layers of paint. This is, I'm telling you, I have a very, very problematic problem with bad temper. Let me try to get some of this Rub and Buff on here, which is a bitch and a half. This is probably not going to go very well because this isn't a paint that like stretches out like a regular paint. And I'm probably going to regret this. All right, so I'm going to try to draw little arches. Let's see what happens. Oh my God. It looks like the McDonald's arches. Oh, Christ. See, I told you this paint doesn't stretch out. Ah. Oh, why did I do this? Why? Why, God, why did I even and I got into a fight with my husband over it. You see what happens? You try, you know what I mean? You try to be creative, you try to do things, and then you end up getting into a fight with your husband, and then your whole day is ruined just because he packed away your Mod Podge and destroyed your shit. Okay. Let me try to get a little more paint on here. Yeah, I was pissed. I mean, he takes my things all the time. He says that nothing but a hoarder. And then I use all my stuff. You know what I mean? I constantly use all my stuff. And then he takes my things and then he just puts them in bins without even asking me or telling me. And then what happens is I lose my temper because my shit's moved. And then I, get all like nasty and crotchety. And I get really irritated. Maybe I don't know. I'm probably bipolar too. Who knows? Besides an anxiety disorder. Yeah, I'm probably bipolar. And I'm not making fun of anyone here who's bipolar. Trust me, my mood swings change. From one minute I'm smiling and laughing. The next minute I'm losing my shit. So there you go. So you're learning a little bit about me right now. Probably a lot of you probably don't like me. Probably thinking I'm a total like crazy bitch. All right, this does look like McDonald's. Oh, God. No, I wasn't trying to make the freaking golden arches. Oh, crap. There's a YouTube notification going off to aggravate the shit out of me right now. I almost jumped out of my seat. You know, I'm trying to be like Bob Ross over here. I'm trying to paint happy little arches. And it's, I don't know, is it working? Is that happy little arches? I don't freaking know. Oh, for God's sakes. All right. Let's continue the frustration and see what happens here. Yeah, that's a shitty arch, if I ever saw one. Oh my God, how did these people freaking do this? Can you imagine, like 100, 120 years ago? They did this shit all day in factories. Well, I mean, they were professionals. I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm just like some jackass sitting in my kitchen trying to, emanate the Victorian and actually Art Deco era of art. And I totally suck. They would have fired me if I was one of those ladies that worked in those factories back in those days. They would have been like, yo, we don't want the McDonald's arches. Wait, McDonald's wasn't around back then. Oh, Lord. Wait, when? Oh, my God, this jar is like so wide. I had to keep just drawing on arches. I think we're almost there. Let's see, are we almost there? We have one more arch. And this looks like shit. Absolutely shit. There's clumps of paint everywhere. And I feel like I'm like gonna throw it out the window. Yeah. I feel like I'm about to throw this out the fucking window. All right, let's see. Can we make this look better? Hold on. Let's check it out. What did I do here? What did I do here? Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. This looks like total shit. This looks like total shit. All right. I think I'm going to throw it out the window. Okay. I give up. That's it. Project over. Abort. So I just aborted the project. It's shit. You know what? God bless my mother. Rest in peace. She never taught me to be a quitter. I'm not quitting yet. I just started scraping off all the paint. I'm doing this. Hey, I came up with a new plan. Since I don't have Mod Podge, what I did was I printed out some pictures on the internet, portraits of noble women and stuff. And what I did was I glued it on with craft glue. And then what I used is nail polish, clear nail polish, to give it like a shiny lacquered look. And then I'm going to go around it with some roses. Let's see if that works. Okay, so I'm not going to lie. I wanted to throw it out the damn window. And the lousy McDonald's arches, the painting, the whole 9 yards came out like shiz. And so I just like totally changed everything up. So what I did was I printed out these little 1700s portraits of people like Marie Antoinette. And there we go. Some other portraits. And then what I did was I used clear nail polish to give it a little bit of a lacquer. And then what I did was I put silk rosettes going all around it. And on each side, I put a rhinestone with one silk rosette. And then on the other side, we have another little portrait, Marie Antoinette. And then I surrounded it with roses. And again, we have our portrait on the top. And you can just screw off the lid and actually use this. So, okay, it's not the best. It's probably way too gaudy and way too, overdone, if you know what I mean. But I just thought it was cool. It's way better than what it was. And you had to admit, I was flipping my lid. I was going to toss this shit out the window. But I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool, like as a powder puff box. And there you have it. So sometimes don't throw things out the window or say fuck it or give up. Keep trying, and eventually maybe you'll get something. This is probably ugly. You're probably going to write in the comments below that this is the ugliest shit you have ever seen in your life. But then again, to me, I think it's pretty cool. And maybe I'll even get a little powder puff and put some powder inside and try to like use it as a little powder box. So there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking throughout this whole video because, yeah, I know my language is pretty atrocious and I do lose my temper a lot, but it's just because I get frustrated. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys all soon, and so long.